Bubble Busters!
My name is Helen, and I live with my husband, Alan. We've been married for several years now, but we're having trouble getting pregnant. We knew that this was something we had no control over. But we talked about having kids often.
I can't wait to have kids!
What would you name our baby?
Well, if we have a girl, I'd name her Amy. And if we have a boy, I'd name him Harold.
Harold? That's so old-fashioned. One cold night.
Did the evening newspaper arrive?
I forgot to go get it. Let me go get it now. I went outside to get the newspaper from our mailbox. I then saw that a child living across the street from us was standing in front of her house alone. She must be the daughter of our neighbor Sarah. I think her name was Alice. She must be a kindergartner. I wonder why she is outside at night by herself. Good evening, Alice. Why are you outside? It's already dark. I think you should go back inside your house. I wouldn't want you to catch a cold.
Well, Mommy and Daddy are fighting inside. I was scared, so I came outside.
Oh, I see. When I got a closer look at Alice, it looked like she hadn't bathed, and her face and clothes were dirty. She was also very thin. It was a cold night, but she wasn't even wearing a coat. She was shaking because it was so cold. I rang the doorbell of her house, but no one answered. I couldn't let her stay out in the cold any longer, so I invited her into my house. Would you like to stay at my house until your parents make up?
Yes, please.
So Alice came to my house.
Oh, hello. What brings you to our home, Alice?
I discreetly explained the situation to Alan.
I see. She can stay here as long as she needs to.
It seemed that Alice was very hungry, so I served her some warm stew for dinner. Here you are, Alice.
Is this for me? Are you sure?
Yes. Please, eat as much as you like.
This looks so good. Thank you.
Alice ate the stew and cried happy tears. She must have been really hungry.
This is so good. This is the first time that I ate anything so warm and yummy.
Seeing Alice cry made Alan and I want to cry too. After her meal, Alice became sleepy, so we put her to bed. Alice, I don't want you to catch a cold, so let's get you tucked into bed.
Really? I've never slept in a bed before.
What? Where do you usually sleep?
On the floor.
Hearing this, Alan and I started to cry for Alice. We couldn't stop crying when we thought about how hard life was for Alice. I tucked Alice into bed.
This bed is so warm and soft.
I should probably let Alice's mother, Sarah, know that she is staying here with us.
I'll go over to their house now and let them know.
Alan made his way over to Alice's house. But he came back right away.
Alice's parents are still fighting. They're going at each other quite violently.
It's that bad? Alice's parents were fighting for hours. And things were starting to get intense. So, we decided to let them know about Alice the following morning. We did ring their doorbell several times, but there was no answer. In the end, I left them a note by their door saying that we had taken in Alice for the night. The following morning, I headed over to Alice's house again. Good morning. It's Helen, your neighbor from across the street. What do you want? Alice has been staying with us since last night. Did you see the note I left by your door? I'm sorry that I wasn't able to let you know in person.
I wondered where Alice went last night. She can stay with you as long as she likes. I don't need her back.
What do you mean by you don't need her back? She's your daughter.
I'm going out today to see some friends, so would you mind looking after Alice?
Wait! Sarah had no concern for her daughter and left her house to go see her friends. When I got home, Alice was awake. Good morning, Alice. Would you like some breakfast?
Yes, please. Is it okay for me to eat here?
Of course you can. We're happy to have you here. The more the merrier.
Let's eat. Do you like cereal? Alice happily ate her breakfast. She then started to tell us about her family. It seemed that her mother, Sarah, would not prepare proper meals for her. She had to sleep on the cold floor each night, and her parents fought a lot. On top of that, her parents would take it out on her when they were in a bad mood. That's why you would leave the house when they fight.
I don't want to go home.
As I watched Alice cry, I knew that I had to have another talk with her mother. I made my way over to Alice's house. Sarah! Excuse me!
Were you waiting for me to come home? That's creepy.
How can you leave Alice all alone and go out with your friends? You should take better care of your daughter.
It has nothing to do with you.
Well, I have been looking out for Alice since last night, so I think that I have a say. You haven't been feeding her or letting her sleep comfortably for a long time.
So what? I don't need you telling me how to raise my child. Stay out of it.
I usually wouldn't meddle. But I see how tough things are for Alice. I can't not say anything.
Why do you care about Alice so much? If you want, I can sell Alice to you for $10,000. I want the payment in cash.
Sarah then went back into her house. I had hoped she was joking, because what kind of mother offers to sell you her child? I can't let Sarah do as she pleases anymore. She is a danger to Alice. I won't forgive her. Troublebusters! I then called the police. I told them that my neighbor was abusing her daughter. Sarah was not feeding her child properly or allowing her to sleep in a comfortable bed. Sarah fought with her husband all the time, and her daughter was scared of them. The police came over right away. Sarah and her husband were questioned by the police. Sarah was furious that I had called the police on her.
I can't believe that you called the police! You bitch!
Alice was taken in by Child Protective Services. I was worried about Alice, but I figured that she was safer there than at home with her horrible parents. After some time, Alice was officially separated from her parents and began to live her life in a child care institution. I hope that Alice is doing well.
I'm sure that she's much happier in childcare than her old home. But it's probably not easy for a little girl to have to move so suddenly like that.
I miss Alice. I hope I get to see her again soon. After talking it over, Alan and I decided to adopt Alice. We didn't have children of our own, and we felt that fate brought us to Alice. We visited the child care institution that Alice was living at. Alice, what do you think about Alan and I becoming your new parents?
My new mom and dad? That would make me so happy!
Alice was happy to be our child, and we went ahead with the adoption. We didn't want Alice to bump into her biological parents, so we moved to a new place. We began our life as a new family. And one day, Alice was scouted to be a model. Alice had a beautiful face, which was hidden with sadness when she was living with her biological parents. Now that she was happy, she was radiant. Your daughter is beautiful. I think that she would be the perfect girl to pose for a modeling job. Alice, what do you say to a modeling job?
I want to try it.
Because Alice had been through a lot as a young child, she was still very timid. I hoped that a modeling job would make her more confident. Because Alice was keen on trying out modeling, I decided to support her decision. Okay, smile for the camera. That's a beautiful smile. You look like an angel. You're so pretty. I had never seen Alice look so happy. I was happy that we had tried out modeling. Alice continued to work as a model, and her photos were used in magazines and TV commercials. She became very popular, and Alice was having a great time working as a model. One day, we were on our way home from one of Alice's photo shoots. That vending machine has that avocado latte that you like so much.
I want to drink it.
As I looked away from Alice to buy the drink, I heard Alice scream.
Ah! Mommy!
Alice was being kidnapped by a stranger. Alice! What are you doing? She's my daughter! I grabbed the woman's arm and saw that it was Sarah. Sarah, why?
Alice is my daughter, remember? I'm taking her home with me. Mommy, help!
I tried to get Sarah to let go of Alice.
Alice, you can still continue to work as a model even if you come home with me. I'll help you become a famous star.
You're insane! You only want Alice back because you think that she'll make money for you. When Alice was younger, Sarah had neglected Alice. As soon as she saw that Alice was a famous model, Sarah wanted her back for selfish reasons. Sarah had checked to see which agency Alice worked with and followed us home.
By the way, you haven't even paid me $10,000 for taking Alice from me.
I can't believe you're still saying that. Because we were causing a scene on the streets, someone had called the police on us. Sarah was arrested once again. She was charged with trying to kidnap Alice. Although Sarah was Alice's biological mother, Sarah had abandoned her daughter. I hope that she feels some remorse for her actions. Because of what happened with Sarah, we decided that it wouldn't be wise for Alice to continue her modeling career. Alice was about to start elementary school, so I guess it was a good time to stop working. Alice was okay with the decision, and I hope that she will have just as much fun studying and playing with her friends at school.
Alice, good luck with everything. I'm sure that you'll look back at your modeling career and feel proud of what you've accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you for everything. Alice began going to elementary school. She's now a happy child and making many friends at school. Sarah continued to cause problems and would be arrested by the police many times. She was a terrible person. First, she abused her child, then tried to sell her, and finally kidnap her from her adoptive parents. I wasn't surprised that she continued to get in trouble. Alice often told us how much she loved us.
Mommy and Daddy, I love you so much.
You too.
I love you, Alice. We're not related by blood, but I think that our family has enough love to get past that. For Alan and I, Alice is our sweet, sweet daughter. Trouble Busters!